Okay, so I'm just gonna like test it like this because like so I filmed this video already once, but the audio it made me sound like a monster because it was like this book had no right to put me through all those emotions. Like why, why you do that to me? Why you make me literally cry? You just wanted to die because like all the things like he died. That's not okay. So many people don't like this book. They think it's pointless. I wanted to cry. Maybe you did. You know, it's about Cassian and Nesta and like, ooh. I read this on my Kindle, by the way. These books are huge. I don't want to read them. Amazon can go suck my left toe. Because Nesta was kind of a bitch in the beginning and middle of the series. Smut between those two. Okay, for the 5th millionth time, we are going to be doing this freaking video. I went and I edited it all up and it was super cute. It was great. And then my fucking phone just deleted everything that I edited and would not let me transfer it over. So we're going to try again. This is getting pretty annoying. Especially because if I can't even upload this one, I'm not going to be able to upload the birthday book haul and book shopping video, which I'm going to be absolutely freaking ticked off if I'm going to be dealing with this bullshit again. Um, anyways, hello, welcome back to my channel. This, is my main channel. I do have like a bookish one, but I honestly think I'm just going to let that go and just have everything on my main channel just until it grows a little bit more. Oh, Jesus. Just until it grows a little bit more, and then we'll, like, change that. And then I do have a family channel. But anybody, anyways, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is just flopping everywhere, and it's pissing me off. I'm just not in the mood anymore. I've done this too many times. Come on. Come on. Okay, maybe that is good. Whatever. We're gonna check. Okay. So Mike's working. That's great. So we're talking about ACOTAR. I've read completely through the series. I'm thinking about doing like a reread with you guys, and it being like completely spoiler, like going completely through it. But right now, we're just kind of doing a review. My first thoughts of this series. There's so many things, so many things. I love this series. There are obviously ones that are like hit my heart just like a little bit more, but like the difference in all of them is just too close for them to even change rating. And if you hear squeaking, it's the dog. It's our husky. His name is Ace. But no, so this whole series in whole is 5 stars. So let's start talking about it. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I absolutely love this book. I did fall into the category of falling into that candid event of falling in love with the relationship of Tamlin and Feyre. But that did not last long. I didn't even get to this book before I started not liking Tamlin, thinking he was a tampon. It was still in this book. We did not get very far. It was when she stopped having the choice of being able to do things. She didn't really have a choice to like begin with, but there was like a reason. She was a human in like the world of the Fae, and this and that, and they're like with the treaty, and like maybe So there was whatever, but we just. I do want to say I loved Lucian and Feyre's relationship. I think it was absolutely just like sarcastic and funny. It was a love-hate relationship, like friendship. But her and Tamlin, it did fall into that candid event of actually like liking Tamlin and her together and liking Tamlin. That did not last long at all. Did not last long, but I did do it. I loved it. I truly did. And I think that it's crazy how everything just like all the way till the end kind of like connected together. Especially with like Rhys and Feyre's relationship. You're gonna hear me call him Rhys and Rise. I say both. I don't know why. It just whatever like flows out of my mouth hole. Um, but I do think that was really awesome of her and how she ended up doing that. Now let's talk a little bit about Favor's family. Was Favor all that perfect? No, but she was, for her being the youngest and her pretty much like shouldering all of the weight. I did not like Nesta in this first book. I hated her. With a like just think about the cauldron and it being completely full. I did not like Nesta. I didn't really honestly give a rat's ass about Elaine because she was kind of aloof through all of this. She didn't really play much of a part. There was not a lot to Elaine. And then their father, well, he was not much of a father, and I think everybody can agree with that. I think when he did try to be a father, it was a little too little too late. It still was heartwarming and it still caught you a little bit of a hope and whatnot, but still too little too late. We're moving on. Stay. A Court of Mist and Fury. So much happens in this book, but it is amazing. It is not my favorite of the whole series. It is practically tied with my favorite of this whole series. But I love it. Out of all of Reese's and Feyre's relationship, all the books that have their relationship like full front in it, this is my favorite of theirs. That's it. There's so much in this. Oh my gosh. Um, I still think Moore is going to be the next person to betray. I seriously think I don't know. I just see her totally betraying. But with everything under the mountain and like the bargain that they did with each other and how he helped save her and how he was the only one. This is really annoying. My dog is annoying. You had to give him a squeaky toy.
You gave.
I threw it, but I didn't give it to him.
You threw it and he hopped up
Whatever. Anyways, he was the one that was fighting for him. Fucking Tamlin wouldn't do shit. Um, but there's so much things that Farrah went through, and gosh, Oli, I want to let you guys know also, I've read all of this on my Kindle. I had the paperback series. I used my points on Amazon to get the Kindle version because I mean, the big one. I'm gonna die with Throne of Glass. I'm already on the second book. We're not gonna get into that right now. We're gonna get into just talking about this series. I loved it. I loved it so much, so much. The little like tidbits that you get of the inner circle, like the just everything that's I. There's not much more I can say. I loved it. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Amarantha. Amarantha. When you find out that she was the sickness, you wanted to kill her. I mean, everybody wanted to kill Amarantha. And then everything that happened to Rise. See, told you. Rise. He's being weird behind the camera. With everything that happened to him and like the reason why he was Amarantha's whore, was to protect his people and like make sure that he was a good enough distraction so she wouldn't look towards his people is absolutely just kind of gut wrenching. Just gut wrenching. And then we get into this motherfucker. This book had absolutely no freaking right to be such an emotional roller coaster, to make me cry as many times as it did. It had no right. It had no right. I wanted to die. There was so much going on. There was so much emotion. There were so many things. Nesta finally was able to give a little bit of hope. Finally was letting down her walls. And then guess what? Her father dies right in front of her and she gets traumatized where she can't have a fire by her without like the pops of the wood. Thinking like bringing back the memories of her father's neck snapping. And then just or when she goes and covers Cassian to save him, because he's technically that's where he was supposed to die. When he makes that comment, a few broken bones isn't going to kill me, and then Elaine, which they found out was a seer, was like, yes, it will. That's where he was supposed to die. That's where he was going to die. That was what she was talking about, and technically Elaine saved him with the truth teller that Azriel gave her, and that was a element of surprise that she didn't quite foresee, and so that saved him. And but the fact that like everything that he said to Nesta about them, about the two of them, and then the moments that they shared, and then that she like literally shielded him with her body, it was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then fucking Reese dies. Reese, he dies. That's not fair. He should not have died. I don't care that he came back to life. I think that that was kind of bullshitty. Not that he came back to life. He should like he needs to live. But the fact that that happened, I feel like she needed to put some type of loss in here. But the way that that like happened, I don't know. I was like, I liked it, but at the same time, I didn't. Okay, but like what I'm talking about is like where I literally, where is it? Oh, I missed it. Hold on. It was that whole scene, and like into chapter 77 as well. It was like, I love you, he said again. The third and final crack began to heal over, his power beginning to sputter, but it kept flowing out. I threw mine into it, sparks and snow and light and water. Together we threw everything in. We gave every last drop. Until that cauldron was whole, until that thing is the thing it contained, it was in there, locked away. Until I could feel the sun again warming my face, and I saw that cauldron squatting before me beneath my hands. I eased my fingers from the icy iron rim, gazed down into the inky depths. No cracks. Whole. I loosened a shuddering breath. We had done it. We had done. I turned. It took me a moment to grasp it, what I saw. Reese was sprawled on the rocky ground, wings draped behind him. He looked like he was sleeping, but as I breathed in, it wasn't there. The thing that rose and fell with each breath, that echoed each heartbeat, the mating bond, it wasn't there. It was gone. Because his own chest, it was not moving. And Reese was dead. And then it was like the silence fell, and she was screaming and screaming and screaming. The emptiness in her chest, the soul, her how her soul lacked that bond. She was shaking him and screaming his name and shaking him and like begging and begging for like them to like save him, do anything. She'll give anything to save him. And the fact that Azrael was literally swaying on his feet, and then how she was went back to the, oh my god, the surreal's death. I cried so hard. He was supposed to be a side character, and I still cried so hard. It was so sad. But she was like, stay. It came back to her and it was like, stay with the High Lord. The Surreal's last warning. Stay and live to see everything righted. A lie. A lie. As Rise had lied to me. Stay with the High Lord. Stay. And then it just kept repeating, stay, stay. And then she just kept screaming, bring him back, bring him back. It was so sad. Literally so sad. Literally, like, please, please. Oh my god. And then Tamlin being the last one and being like, be happy, Feyre. I was like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Just give the spark away. Don't say shit. Oh my gosh. But like, that whole, like, every emotion cracking in you in that moment, just not fair. And then we get to A Court of Frost and Starlight. I don't know why people don't like this book. I get it. It's a novella. But after that bullshit, after that, all that craziness, we needed this. Everybody who was as connected as me needed this like lighthearted fluffiness. We needed this. Like, come on. There were so many good points in here. All the like inner circle and talking about that. It was just, oh, what? Oh, never mind. I was like, wait, what happened? And then I remembered. Anyways, but like when the winter solstice and how they got drunk, and then Azrael was like, "Who let Cassian and Feyre decorate?" I'm trying to look for. Oh, and then the whole thing. Oh my god! Oh my god. Imran hissed at him, her dark hair swaying like a curtain of liquid night. Do you know what an inconvenience it is to need to find a place to relieve myself everywhere I go? A fizzing noise came from Cassian's side of the table, but I clamped my lips together. More gripped my knee beneath the table, her body shaking with the effort of keeping her laugh reined in. Her eyes drawled to Amryn. Shall we start building public toilets for you throughout Valeria's, Amryn? I mean it, Ryzan, Amryn snapped. I didn't dare meet Morris there or Cassian's. One look and I'd completely dissolve. Amryn waved a hand down at herself. I should have selected a male form. At least you can whip it out and go wherever you'd like without having to worry about spilling on. Cassian lost it, then more, then me, and even Ash chuckling faintly. You really don't know how to pee, Moore said, after all this time. And she's like, I've seen animals. And then Cassian goes, tell me you know how the toilet works. Tell me you know that much. Oh my gosh. It was so freaking funny. I'm looking for the moment between Elaine and Az. Oh my gosh, I'm looking for it. Wait, what the fuck? Like I said, I read this on my Kindle and it just complete this in this book it just oh wait, are you fucking kidding me? It, did it really just I think it just repeated the same thing. I don't know. This is fucking weird. Whatever. I can't find it. It was when as like Elaine got as that powder from like their his family's uh healer and like the reasoning behind it, and he literally laughed so hard. And like I don't remember whose point of view it was in, so I don't remember who said it, but where it was like I've never seen Az laugh that hard, and the light in his eyes, I'm pretty sure it was Feyre. And then we get to this lovely book, A Court of Silver Flames, my favorite book out of this whole series. I love everything in this book. I love Nesta and Cassian's relationship. I love how they build it together. I love the growth you see with Nesta and everything, and how she found her inner circle. A lot of people are like, oh, she can be a sister to them, but she couldn't be a sister to her own. And it's like, not really. I mean, like, Feyre found her inner circle where she's able to be lighthearted and fun and crazy. Well, that's exactly what Nesta did. And they trauma bonded and they went through all that. And um there was a lot. I personally don't like how it ended with Reese and Nesta about like I mean I get a good reason of just like still being upset with her, still like they've all made some big mistakes that they wish they hadn't. And the only reason why he like forgave her and like started caring for her was because she saved Feyre's life and like risked her life in the process. Like it really should not have came down to that. Like for him to start caring for her again. Also, about how he got so upset he literally said that you need to get her out of here, or told Feyre, and then Feyre told Cassian that he needed to get Nesta out of here because Rice was gonna kill her. And so, I mean, like, that is how we got the hike and how she opened up by the lake and completely, like, outwardly showed her feelings. And Cassian was able to be there for her. And I felt like that also connected them as well. And then them going to the right, yo. And the fact that it was the same as, not really exactly the same, obviously, but like the way that they went through the right, how they were separated was kind of the same as Cassian as Azrael and Reese. But there was just so much, and I absolutely freaking loved it. And I don't know. I also think it's funny that Nessa's first friend was a house, but I also think it's cute how she kind of healed the house's heart and like became a friend of the houses as well. And like they've never seen the house react like that with anybody, and it reacts like it with Nesta. And I don't know. I personally, I think there's just so much like character growth in this, not only just Nesta's, but I personally I like this book the most. Um, the only thing I would say against it is I didn't like that it was in third person. Even when it was in the other point of views, like it was all in third person. I feel like, I mean, I get it. It would be, I feel like it'd be maybe more confusing, at least the way that she wrote it, because like it was within chapter, like the same chapter that it was switching point of views. Unlike when it switched point of views in the other one, it was like separate chapters. And so, I mean, I get it, but I wish it was more first point of view. I feel like you could have even connected like 10 times more with it being in first point of view and not third person. But it's still like the fact that even though it's still in third person, that it hits so hard. And something about Sarah J. Maas is when it comes down to PTSD and depression and anxiety and pretty much like all those extremely deep feelings, she writes it so well that you're able to connect with it and connect with the character and feel like you're also healing with them and going through that with them. I'm like, that's a blessing and a curse. But I personally, I think that's why I liked this so much. Not only just this book, but like the whole series is just like Sarah J. Maas's writing style. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, and there's some people who don't like this series, and there are quite a few plot holes within this series, um, and like things that just don't make sense. Like, how can they completely repair shredded wings, but they don't know how to perform a C-section? You know what I mean? Like that's, I mean, I guess it's like the transfusion of blood is probably the reason why they can't do it because there's no way to. But I don't know. There's I I had so much energy in all these other videos and now I don't because it has taken so many freaking times for me to get this done. And I talked about all the other books that I had gotten, and at this point I really am afraid that if this goes any longer, I'm not like gonna be able to get it up and uploaded and stuff, which is just so freaking frustrating. And I don't know what to do about it other than to get a vlog camera, which I have no money for. But it's fine. It's whatever. So hopefully, cross my fingers that I can get a video up that Friday. Probably it'll be up like Saturday or Sunday. But that I can film and edit and get it uploaded. And because not only just for you guys, but also for me because I go back and rewatch some of the videos that I've done and I giggle and stuff. So just like crossing my fingers. And if you like this video, obviously hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, press subscribe and hit the little notification button so you can be notified when new videos do get uploaded. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.